Hey, it's Vaughn. Welcome back to Spin the Rock. If you want to listen to us in any podcast format, we're on all podcast platforms. If you need to keep up with us, search us up on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and enjoy the episode.
Hello and welcome to the Spin the Rock podcast. I'm your host, and with me today are my co-hosts.
Eugene.
And Vaughn.
All right, we are back. All-Star game news has been dropping. We got some drama in the league as well, and of course, the trade deadline is coming up. So we want to talk about that. But before we get into all that, let's talk about Zach LaVine is out for the rest of the season. What do y'all think about this? Especially because he was looking to get traded. The Bulls were like, it was a whole thing. So how do you think this affects everything?
Well, if Zach LaVine's already low trade value was hard enough, him being entered is like negative. Like you're gonna have to give up something just to get rid of Zach LaVine. So, sorry from the Bulls fans out there. You're gonna have Zach LaVine probably for another year of doing nothing. So,
I mean, unless they trade him in the offseason, but even still, I guess it depends how fast he recovers from whatever he hurt. But yeah, I don't know if it necessarily puts the Bulls in a worse place. Definitely doesn't put him in a better place. But get well soon, my boy.
Yeah, it's kind of insane how we're kind of thinking this as like a bad thing for the Bulls of keeping LaVine for another year, because like before this, or before LaVine on the Bulls, we would have said like any team would want him, but like it seems like he's kind of gotten that stigma around him that like he's like a Carmelo Anthony. He needs to be on a bad team, low key, with like no other players. Cause like, yeah, it hasn't been working out for them.
it's so true considering like the only team I've even seen have interest is the Detroit Pistons. And well, they could use anything.
Yeah, no, because especially because Killian Hayes apparently wants to get traded.
Like that means anything.
No.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, I would like to see him get out of there. Probably same with DeMar. I think his time is over as well in Chicago. And maybe even Caruso. I feel like they just need to do what the Raptors are doing and just, trade away pieces.
Mhm.
Maybe build around Kobe White, but and Patrick, what's his name? Williams,
Yeah.
the center. Yeah, and just start rebuilding. I feel like that's probably their best case scenario right now.
All right, and then moving on, we'll probably go. This will ease things. So we'll start with probably the most outrageous news we've gotten all year. Doc Rivers is the Eastern All-Star coach after 3 games with the Bucks. How do y'all feel? How do y'all feel about this?
If the NBA could put a rule in where a coach can't do back-to-back All-Star games, I feel like they should have just intervened and be like, Doc Rivers just got here. It's going to the next head coach. Like, I don't know why they let that happen in the first place.
Or even just give it to the Celtics head coach because they're still sitting in first place. So it's like, why is Doc Rivers, the coach when he practically has done nothing so far, And they just lost to the Blazers. Like,
yeah, it's actually outrageous. I really wonder how they came to that decision, bro. Like, it's insane because it's not even like he was doing good on the Sixers and like, and then he got fired, but he quickly got the Bucks job. He was low key fired for a long ass time.
No, right. Like he was commentating for a minute.
Yeah, so it's like it's kind of wild that they they gave it to him, but oh well. And then, of course, that leads us to the All-Star reserves, which got released. I think it was literally Monday. I'm pretty sure it was like the day after we filmed.
It was early.
Yeah,
it was early.
So, starting with the West, I'm just gonna go in the way the graphic is served, so this is not by position or anything like that. It goes Cat, Anthony Edwards, AD, Kawhi, Booker, Curry, Paul George are the West reserves. East, Paolo, Randall, Brunson, Jaylen Brown, Donovan Mitchell, Bam Adebayo, and Tyrese Maxey. Do you want to go snubs first, or you want to talk about the reserves first?
I would just say this. Off the top of my head, I don't know for the East if there are any snubs.
Trae Young.
No.
It's
Sorry.
he's not getting a spot over Dame, Tyrese Maxey, Halliburton,
Donovan.
who's a guard?
Donovan,
Yeah,
Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
Like, he's good, obviously. Don't get me wrong, but it's like he's not. The Hawks aren't playing well enough for him to even be
To call it a
considered low
snub.
key. Yeah, but that's just my opinion. I don't know if anyone got snubbed off the East.
The West, different question.
There are so many snubs.
And
I
we
saw-
said it last episode. Like, someone was going to, and it was a lot of people.
I really thought at least one Sacramento King would make it. I was hoping for De'Aaron Fox, but Sabonis has had an underrated year as well.
Mhm.
Like 19 a game. I think he's leading the league in rebounds and then 8 assists to go with it. So, like, one of the better playmaking centers out there. So the fact that no Sacramento King made it is kind of wild.
And it's crazy to think, too, on the West side. It's like, you see these players easily could be starters, easily. So it's not that the snubs are necessarily playing bad. It's just the reserves are playing a little bit better, So there's snubs every year, but, there's only a certain amount of spots on the team.
Yeah, I was kind of like disappointed by the people who were like, I feel like De'Aaron Fox definitely should have, like, he was like the biggest one in my mind who like was like outrageous that he didn't make it. But there are also like some that I can see why some people said, because some people were like Sengun was a snub, and I was like, I can see why you would say that, but no chance is that man gonna get an all-star like spot. Like, it's just hard now. The West is so full of talent, whereas like it's just like not everyone is gonna get snubbed at some point in their career, bro. I'm just surprised that like Vaughn said, not a single King made it, because Sabonis was an all-star last year,
Right.
and like,
But it doesn't help, like, like AD's coming off the bench. Cat is coming off the bench. The Timberwolves are sitting still top of the league, or maybe not top of the league, but like top of the West.
yeah,
AD's just, doing AD things when he's healthy. And then you got Kawhi and Paul George coming off the bench as well, who can easily be starters as well. So it's like, there's nothing you can do. It's either your name carrying you or your stats carrying you, or both.
yeah. Because people were pissed that Curry is a reserve, like as in like not a starter. Like they were so bad at Curry wasn't a starter. So it's like I knew at least one of the major guards were getting snubbed this year.
Right.
Which means, Vaughn, unfortunately, your prediction of Murray All-Star did not make it.
DJ McCollum 2.0. That man is never going to have an all-star in his career. If this man could win a championship last season and carry in good play into the next season, and he still doesn't get all-star, it's never happening.
Yeah, no, that is true. I mean, it's actually insane.
I think in order for him to get another All-Star, there would have to be less guards. Like, the amount of good guards would have to flip-flop from East to West.
Yeah.
Or unless he goes to the East.
Yeah. basically.
Like, let's be honest. If Dame was still in the West, oh my,
He for sure would have got snubbed. I'm pretty certain he would have
Yeah.
got snubbed.
really? I feel like Maxi
Yeah.
would have gotten snubbed. Oh no,
But
Maxi's East.
he's on the East.
Yeah. Then yeah, he for sure would have gone snubbed because like, there's no denying those guards this year. It's like, it's hard to be mad about the snubs this year.
hmm
Yeah, I think one thing too is we got Zion, Brandon Ingram, and CJ McCollum playing basketball right now, and again, not one of them made
Yeah.
a team. But that's just because the West is so loaded.
It's so weird. Also, Kawhi and Paul George All Stars, like
At the
both
same
of
time.
them. That's insane. All right, and then what's something else I was gonna bring up? I don't remember now. Oh well. East has some injuries. Embiid is injured, and was it who else? There was someone else that might not make the All Star.
Was it Halliburton?
I think it was
Oh.
Halliburton.
I think he was a starter.
I know Embiid for sure.
Oh, Julius Randle.
Oh,
Wait, I swore it was Halliburton though. I
because
thought Halliburton was hurt too.
I know he got
Okay.
injured during the Celtics game, but I don't know what his recovery like timetable is.
Okay. Well, Embiid, Randall, and possibly Halliburton could all be injured. So who do you see filling in the spots? Because I'm gonna be honest.
To fill the empty spots, I know Trey is a lot for Halliburton if he's out,
Yeah.
but the other two spots are a little iffy.
The other two spots is literally between Jimmy Butler and like what, Christopher Zingas. Like those are the only two guys I can see like filling in the spots. Because I'm looking at a list right now. I see Mikal Bridges, DeMar DeRozan, Scotty Barnes, Siakam, and Allen. And I just like
I don't know about Siakam only because
definitely not Siakam, bro.
yeah,
It's got to be Barnes, Allen, Butler, and Porzingis, right? Because
Jimmy
Mikal Bridges,
Butler, he really doesn't care about that All-Star game. Like there was that one time he played like 1 minute. He was like fine with sitting on the bench the rest of the game.
Yeah. I really do wonder who's gonna get the replacements because let's be honest, like the big East guys, they all made it. Like all the big like East guys who I'm like, yeah, those are the bigs that run the East. They're in there. It's like a steep drop off after that for the bigs.
So apparently, Halliburton will be playing tonight.
Okay.
So he might not be out for All-Star break, but I just saw a report that said he will be playing tonight.
So there's been times I think for the All-Star game injury reserves where they've replaced positions like 1-for-1, and there's been times where they just took the next best man up. So I wonder if Trey will get his spot in the All-Star game or if he's going to get snubbed again just because he's not forward.
Yeah,
The
I was
double
thinking
snub.
it might be like it might be Trey and Jimmy because I really just think I just feel like Kristaps Porzingis is doing really good, but I don't think they would put him as an all-star.
Right.
But like I don't know. They made Doc Rivers the coach, so who knows how they make these decisions.
Anything can happen.
All right. Real quick, I wanted to talk about this because as I was looking for the potential injury replacements, I remembered. How do you guys feel about the 3-point contest that they're doing?
I'm not a woman hater by any means, but I don't like it.
Teresa Sabrina 3-point contest.
I understand they're trying to do something different, but I'm not a fan. It'll be interesting to watch for sure. But I also did see a TikTok. If Curry loses, his career's over. So that's all I'm gonna say. But I'm not saying that. But I'm just letting y'all know that I saw a TikTok that someone said that.
Okay.
He definitely could lose though, because they're doing NBA rules for him and WNBA rules for her. And she is like the Curry of the WNBA. So he definitely could lose. Like, it's a high possibility that she can beat him.
Either ESPN is building this up, it's just going to be a one-sided battle. Like, I don't know who's going to do it, but one of them is just going to be shooting bricks the whole time, and it's going to be so disappointing.
Yeah, because they think, well, I feel like I'm not going to lie, bro. Curry's going to lose. He's never done good in a three-point contest. He's
I
always.
mean, he won 2.
Did he?
Yes?
No, I don't think he has.
Bro, I swear, bro, because he at least has 1, because the one he won, it was Clay won after.
Oh, I do remember Clay winning. He was making a big deal of it.
I know he has at least 1.
Yeah, he only has 1 though.
He only has 1? Okay.
2020, 2021 is his only one.
The COVID one?
He finished second in 2010. He didn't even reach the final in 2013. I guess he won the 2015 one. So he won 2.
So he has 2. Okay. Told y'all. 2015, so that was pre-dynasty. That was right before they won their chip, right? They won their first one 2016.
Yeah. And then so he's competed in 5, I think, and won 2, and only came in second like once. So hey,
bro, he got all the 3-point records, bro.
I'm calling now. All right. Just wanted to bring that up, see how you guys felt about it. Because, yeah, like Vaughn said, the ESPN and the NBA have been, like, making it seem like it's Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather, bro. Like, they're building that shit up. All right. And then last piece of news before we get into our main topic and some trade talks. Embiid is out with a meniscus injury, but this also spurs some drama because the NBA media is saying the new rule is the reason why these guys or why he's hurt, and how the rule is not fair. How do y'all feel about that statement?
Explain the new rule for the listeners.
Literally, the rule is as simple as you just have to play 65 games to win an award. So it's like all NBA, MVP, DPOY, like an award. You had to play 6. So that's 80. You have to play 80% of the season to win an award. And the media is saying it's a bad thing because guys are forcing themselves to play.
It's such a bad thing, you know. We get to see more play. Like, come on. But I think it's working because Kawhi and Paul George are both all-stars this season. Like, they played enough. They're not out sitting out, you know. Like, it's also like a guy's decision if he's gonna like try and pursue an award like that. So if he's gonna force himself to play, he's just gonna do that. But like, there's always gonna be the medical staff side of things where like you absolutely can't play, you need to recover. So it is what it is in that regard.
Which I'm sure every player knows, you know, like they don't go out on the floor unknowing of what their health is and, you know, like what percentage that they're going to play at, you know, especially if they have some, you know, lingering thing that nobody even knows about. But I mean, I don't think the rule has anything to play into it per se, because it's, again, like they talk to the medical team like, okay, like, can I play or not? It's either yes or no. Or if you play, you could hurt, you know, whatever, even more. Or it's not as bad, so you can play kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I wouldn't listen to all the media talk, but I still like the rule personally.
So like, it's not like there's a clear front runner for MVP right now. If Embiid was front runner, it's not like if Jokic gets it, he wasn't deserved. Like he's having a great season as well.
Yeah.
It's just like if he plays more games, he's rewarded for that. Also, there's one award out there you don't need to play a minimum a certain amount of games, and that is the NBA championship. So that's always out there.
Yeah. Honestly, bro, this reminds me of when like the World Baseball Classic happened, and like all the MLB people were like, "Oh, what if they get injured at the like we won't see our favorite player." It's like they can get injured like any second. Like I don't think it's like, oh shit, 65 games, like oh no, what if I get injured on game 67? Like it's not like you're at more risk after playing 65 games. You're basically through the season. So it's like it almost seems like at this point they're just grasping at straws.
Oh, especially like the fact that like they were saying Embiid was playing hurt with no confirmation from Sixers medical staff. Embiid never said he was playing hurt. There's like he looks sluggish out there. Probably because he had Draymond guarding him. But the injury occurred when Jonathan Kuminga flung himself at his knee. Like that's a freak injury right there. It's not like you could prepare for that, you know? It's not like if he had sat out healthy, unhealthy, that you could avoid like a knee injury.
Plus, he's already had prior knee problems, so that doesn't help either.
I would understand if it was like 70 games, like, or all 82. Like, I would understand if the number was outrageous. Like, it's literally 80% of the season, bro. Like, it's 65 games. It's not that much, to be honest. 9 times out of 10, most players hit that without even trying. So it's kind of odd to be upset about this. And also, like Vaughn said, I feel like we're also seeing a lot of guys who are usually injured playing a lot more.
I mean, like we are though, because again, back to KG, PG and Kawhi. Even if they're not hurt, you know, they're load management or whatever, they are indeed playing the most they have in probably a few seasons. You know, so I am still in favor of it. Like I said earlier, we're just seeing a lot more play from a lot of the top tier talent that we have in the league. But
yeah, just wanted to talk about that, see what you guys think about it. I think we're all in agreement that we love the rule. And moving on to our last thing before our main topic, the trade deadline is this week. So real quick, we just wanted to bring up a team who we think should do something at the deadline. Who wants to kick us off with that?
I'll start with the Hawks. They just gotta tear that team apart. Whether it be DeJounte Murray, Clint Capella, Bogdan Bogdanovic, like whatever Trey's got around him is not working for him. Like they have to build a system specifically for Trey. And I know they wanted DeJounte Murray to kind of play defense alongside him, but kind of hasn't been what they thought. So unless you want to be Bulls 2.0, they gotta start making moves now.
Yeah, I mean, the Hawks, I don't know if it was really the coaching, with Quinn Snyder, because I've seen a lot of people blame it on Quinn Snyder, just not, utilizing the players like they should be used. But they got to do something. I don't know if it's trade. I don't know if it's get another coach, but they got to do something.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that we're saying like they should like blow it up, but at the same time, it's been like 4 years of this, bro. And like we've also
so far.
Yeah, and we've also seen them like hold on to players for too long, like John Collins. Like they took way too long to get rid of him. But I think the main issue is like, are they gonna keep Trae Young or not? Because if they get rid of Murray, they basically they basically are giving up. Like if they get rid of Murray, it's basically the Hawks throwing in the towel for being a contender, which I'm pretty sure Trae Young would not be happy about. Right. Especially because last year they were doing better and he wanted to trade. So it's like I really wonder how quickly the Hawks will fall apart if they decide to get rid of Clint Capella, Trae Young, DeJounte Murray.
So the thing with Murray that I've been seeing, I mean, obviously I follow a bunch of Laker accounts, so I don't know if this is Laker bias or, you know, the rumors are actually true somewhat, but I've seen that, not like reports, but I guess, yeah, like trade rumors talking about, oh, D'Lo unfollowed AD, LeBron, and the Lakers on Instagram. And then it was, oh, DeJounte Murray followed LeBron. And then it was, oh, you know, DeJounte posted something on his story, and he's like, oh, he's making it blatantly obvious now. So I'm not saying he'll get traded to the Lakers. Would I like him to be on Lakers? Of course I would.
Yeah.
But it's just, you know, that's a floating, probably delusional, rumor, Laker rumor floating around in NBA Twitter right now.
Isn't it Murray, Caruso, and there was a third person, right? Is it still Hield?
I mean, Hield always in a Laker trade talk.
True.
We just desperate for a shooter, bro.
I'll go next. I'll probably. This one might be like a little kind of like iffy because they're always brought up to do something, but they never do. But I honestly think if the Heat want to finally at least make it to a point where like everyone thinks they're gonna win, they really do have to do something at the trade deadline because they missed out on Mitchell, Dame, Giannis, like a lot of the guys that like the Heat were rumored to be involved with are all like basically almost under the question because some people are saying Mitchell's gonna get traded. But I really think the Heat, like, they're eighth again. But it's just like I really want them to win a chip just because I like Jimmy Butler. And it would be so dope if they get one without LeBron and Wade. So I just really want them to win. But at the same time, I just feel like their trades are so mediocre. Like the Rozier for Lowry trade, it wasn't mind blowing. And so far it's not working, but like give it some time. But like, I just want them to do something that like makes us go, no way they did that. And I'm hoping it's this year. Because if it's not this year, it may never happen.
I mean, it's funny you mentioned that too, because you know we didn't talk about the other trade that they did, Steven Adams for Oladipo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they did that, given Adams is out for the season, and we've known that since the start of the season. So, and I don't know Oladipo's health at all. Like I don't know if he's been playing or not.
No.
So they clearly know something we don't. Or maybe not.
Yeah.
But it seems like they're kind of building towards something, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like a bigger trade per se, but they're doing something, you know?
Yeah.
At least for the Rockets and the Adams trade, I imagine they just want a backup big that is like a classic big man behind Alperen Şengün, where he's a bit lanky, he's a bit more like Dirk type. He likes shooting a lot more than he likes getting to the paint, but I don't know. It's just it's one of those weird trades. But as far as the Heat goes, I don't know if they got a big move in them for this trade deadline. I think they're looking at themselves and thinking we could go to the finals again with this team, which they could, but I don't know if they could win it all. You know,
Yeah.
Rozier, although he could score better than Lowry, there's a lot of things that Lowry would do, like just provoking or taking charges and leadership things, versus Rozier, who could be good in the playoffs, but we haven't seen him in the playoffs since he was on the Celtics, you know?
Yeah.
And so far, he's still adjusting to that team. So I see where you're saying where the Heat need to make a move, but I think if they do make a move, it would have to involve Tyler Hero because he's only like the good big contract they could move on from, you know?
It honestly might be because they've been saying we'll never trade him, and like 9 times out of 10, when a team says don't never trade him, they're getting traded.
And I don't know. Like, I feel like they really do like Tyler Hero, but we've seen some crazy
Yeah.
trade deadlines. So we'll see. But if they were to trade anyone, I feel like it would be a Duncan. You know, like they don't use him, but
Oh no,
I feel like he still has trade value. You know,
logically, yes, they should trade Duncan Robinson.
It's funny. Like 3 months ago, I saw the weirdest report that said Duncan Robinson was untouchable. Like under no circumstance should he be untouchable. Like,
Man never sees the court, bro. Is he just there like motivation? Like he's just there because the guys like him for sure, bro.
No, like actually. So y'all both went with East teams. I'm gonna go with the West team. We've said it time and time again. The Dallas Mavericks, they need to do something. They're probably not going to do anything, but in order for Luka and Kyrie to thrive, which they've been doing, by the way, but to thrive even more above and beyond, they need another, not necessarily a superstar.
No,
but,
God, no.
But, you know, a player who could play their role, preferably a starter, you know, that complements their game.
Yeah.
You know, just to help them out so the load, isn't entirely on them. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
the Mavs need to do something.
Like the Celtics have Derek White, the Timberwolves have Naz Reid, the Lakers have Austin Reeves. They need that like reliable role player that's gonna. That if stars are having a tough time, that guy can pick it up. So I see what you.
A guy who won't brick when they get the ball passed to them. Like that's.
Every time I see Taurean Prince shoot, it's a hard brick.
They don't need a Danny Green on the Lakers, bro.
That's crazy. I think they're scarred, bro. They must be because ever since that Christian Wood move, they haven't done anything.
But so they must use him like for him and then didn't use him. That didn't make any sense to me.
I think it was because he did bad early on, and they kind of just gave up on him. Because early on he wasn't doing good. If I remember correctly, he was just kind of like struggling. But like they threw in it, like they kind of just gave up. They're like, okay, he's not doing good, bye. Which is like the Mavs are in a win now mentality, but like they're not doing the right things.
They're not.
Yeah, it had to be like a GM versus coach thing because Christian Wood's more of an offensive player versus Jason Kidd likes having defense.
Yeah,
just by having both Kyrie and Luka to account for. So I think he just doesn't want trades that's gonna like make his defense even worse.
Yeah,
so I think that would be the issue for the GM of the Mavs moving forward.
Yeah, because they got rid of Dennis Smith Jr. when he was there, and they were doing good together.
Bro. Dennis Smith was like Jalen Brunson, bro.
Yeah, like, they were doing really well together. It's kind of and Jalen Brunson, they got rid of.
Like, bro, I'm telling you, bro. Like,
It's kind of
Dennis Smith is
insane.
going crazy.
I don't get what they're doing over there. I really don't.
I don't know.
Because they're obviously in a win now mode. Because they keep trying to get like the third or second guy, or else they wouldn't have gotten Kyrie.
Right.
Yeah.
But like they're not doing good. Like I don't
Like, especially if you got some young guys. Like the only young guy I'd say would safe was Derek Lively because he's like their only reliable paint defender. But
yeah.
you still got Jaden Hardy and Green. I forget his name. Josh Green. So like those could be used in like trade talks for
Trades.
any like forward. I would say they would need to fill. But every time I see a trade rumor about them, they're unwilling to trade those guys.
At least just get better, like a better bench, you know, like because their benches,
Their bench
like
is
the
bad.
Pistons are bad, but like their bench is
no one
not
else.
good.
Their bench is bad. They still have Grant Williams, bro.
Yeah, like, and I thought that trade was gonna be good for him.
But I'm looking. It's like Markieff Morris, Derek
Doesn't
Jones
play.
Jr., bro, Tim Hardaway Jr.,
Barely
Dante
played.
Exum.
He's back in the league.
He's back in the league. He had
back in the
one
league.
crazy game. I think he and Kyrie combined for 30, and like that's the last I ever heard of him.
Bro, Dante Exum was playing in like Madrid, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, good for
That's
him, bro.
Crazy.
Clawed his way back to the league.
That's insane.
Yeah,
Oh, remember? And like, it was like 2K14, bro. He was like everyone's menace, bro. That's crazy. On the Utah booty butt Jazz.
Jazz. Okay.
Crazy.
Moving on because we're running out of time for a January All Stars. Yeah. Let's continue on the West conversation. Let's get the big one out of the way. Actually, no. Let's go point guard first. West point guard. Who do you have for your Western point guard?
Bro, I could do both guards right now. It's Luka and Shea.
Yeah,
They're in the All-Star game together. Like we don't. There's not
As
a
a
whole lot
clean
of
sweep,
stuff.
bro.
easy. I think West for January is so easy.
Yeah.
Small forward then.
Still West?
Yeah.
I would just throw Kevin Durant out there because he's playing small forward, power forward.
Right.
Depending on the lineup.
I was probably gonna say the same thing as well. And it's like he's still doing like KD things, shooting 88 at the line, 25 a game, 40%, 41% from the 3-point line. Like,
yeah,
he's still putting up great numbers, averaging 6 rebounds.
I agree with KD. I was gonna also mention Kawhi, but I feel like KD, because he's been playing like small forward, power forward, he kind of deserves that small forward shout.
I wouldn't be mad with either of those guys being. There's a reason why Kawhi is All-Star, and January was a really good month for him.
Yeah,
Not a bad selection.
just also gotta bring up the fact LeBron, like, insane. We've been doing
LeBron has been going crazy.
We've been doing the podcast for like a year and a half, and we already have LeBron fatigue.
Meanwhile, the NBA doesn't. But
yeah, it's kind of insane how good LeBron has been doing. Power forward.
Can we say Cat?
Yeah, I mean, he's playing out there with Rudy Gobert. It's not like Rudy Gobert is playing power forward.
Right.
Yeah.
I would say Cat. First in the league, averaging 13 rebounds for the past month.
He also had his 62-point game that month, I believe. Yeah, against the Hornets. And the loss,
Yeah, that's true.
but 62 points is 62 points.
He's also averaging almost 50% from the 3-point line, but is only at. He's putting up 6 threes.
Very rare. Like
Yeah,
no other
50%
center doing
at that height. That's pretty good.
their power. Yeah.
All right, Cat is. I feel like the only person you can maybe argue is AD, but like he's sometimes a center. He's mostly a center, right?
Yeah, for the most
Yeah.
part.
And same with like because even though Chat is listed as a power forward, I feel like he's a center mostly too. All right, and speaking of centers, Western Center.
It was probably always going to be Jokic.
Never will not be Jokic.
Until he gets hurt for the season, which probably won't even happen because he doesn't jump.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of sad, but like, bro, Jokic is a machine. All right, any honorable mentions for West All Stars? Because we kind of flew through that because this month it was kind of like obvious picks for every single position.
There's no universe Jaren Jackson Jr. was going to make it, but he's averaging 24 and healthy amount of blocks. But he's on the Grizzlies, and they're looking pretty ugly even still. So
yeah,
which is also another team who needs to make a better trade than Oladipo. But
I personally want to shout out 2 centers, Sengun and Wemby. Wemby is putting up 24 points on a team that won't pass to him. Like, imagine how much he would be averaging if his team actually like passed him the ball.
That man was wide open in the final seconds of a game, and Devin Vassell decided to take a contested three. Like, what?
This is a team that makes Pop retire, bro. And then Sengun. Some people saying he was a snub. I don't necessarily agree, but you gotta point out the fact that he is killing it this year.
Right.
22 points, a steal, almost 10 rebounds. Gotta get that rebound count up low key. 5 assists.
Yeah, for me, I mean Curry, Booker.
Curry.
Yeah.
I mean, even Kyrie, like he's top 6 in the league right now for the past month in scoring. So, and then obviously Luka's averaging 40, but he's only played 9 games. Kyrie's only played 8, but still, you know, Luka and Kyrie averaging 30 plus on one team, like that's pretty ridiculous. Who else? Marcus Smart. He's averaging 25 on a terrible team.
Crazy. Ant, unfortunately, having like his career defining season in the same time as Luka and Shea, like so unfortunate.
It's really unfortunate.
Because he's having like the season of his career, and it's just like getting overshadowed by like 2 like all-time scorers almost.
Mm-hmm. Which is crazy because Shea I think he might get, I don't know where he's at on the Thunder list, but he might end up top 3 at least on that list. Like I don't know where KD's at. I don't know where Russ is at. But I feel like he could end up, you know, pretty high up there.
Nah. Especially if he stays his whole career, he might
For
finish.
Sure.
He might finish first. Yeah.
Right.
Because KD left pretty quickly and Russ didn't leave too quickly, but like he wasn't like he wasn't dropping like high numbers. It was like 25, 30, like it wasn't like 50, 40 like kind of thing.
But it was consistent.
It was consistent, yeah. Don't get me wrong. He was a great scorer, but like it wasn't like insane numbers per se.
Right. He's not dropping 30 plus like Shea is. So I mean, we'll see how his career lines up.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now it's looking scary.
No, for sure. All right. East. Should we start with center this time? Because it's not Embiid.
Yeah, we could
That's
do that.
true.
So we'll start with East center. Who do you guys have? I gotta have someone that y'all might clown me for.
You're gonna say Porzingis, huh?
Yeah, I am.
I already knew.
Hey, he's killing it this year. And Tatum called him my pal Kazal, which is kind of insane to say that. But like he is killing it, and I feel like for once he's getting used right, bro. Like
Yeah.
he's getting used so right, and like it's showing on the Celtics because they've been like a well-oiled machine, like always, but still.
Yeah, like if there's a smaller guy on him, they actually pass it to him in the paint versus like on the Mavericks. He was never allowed to touch the paint. It's just like Luka pass it out to the 3-point and he shoots it, like no matter what. So I'm glad
Yeah.
to see he got like his use on the Celtics right where he should be. I wasn't gonna say Porzingis. I was gonna go with Bam because
Bam.
I'm
That's solid.
always a Bam fan. Like, there's always the aspect of like his defense not really showing up on stat numbers, and if they didn't have Bam, I think they'd be worse than a
Way
plane.
worse. Way worse.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh
there's
yeah.
no backup center on that team that you know you can rely on. So Bam is just like holding it down. Like, even when Jimmy's had injuries, Tyler Hero's got injuries, Bam's always there.
No, I definitely agree with Bam is like someone who should have been said.
Yeah, I mean, I was probably gonna say that too, just out of straight bias. But whoa, wait, what is that? He didn't shoot a single three, bro.
Who?
In the month of January. He didn't shoot not one three.
Porzingis or Bam?
Bam.
Bam don't shoot threes.
Yeah, Bam is
But I mean, even still, bro, like
Like, even if he's wide open,
crazy.
he's like looking to pass it to someone.
yeah. I feel like Bam is one of the few centers who don't even try, bro. Like some centers will at least shoot one, Bam won't. Like I've seen Drummond shoot more threes than Bam.
he knows his limits.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just saying Bam at a straight bias. I'm not. There's no
Hey.
way in hell I'm saying Porzingis.
Damn. Wait, why?
He's just not good to me, bro. Not anymore.
Bro, add it to the list of random players Eugene doesn't like. You hate the most random players, bro.
I can't lie, I do, bro.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, congrats to Bam. Power forward.
Giannis got 30 points
Yeah.
a game. I'm gonna go with Giannis.
No, it's Giannis.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a lock.
Yeah, shout out
Like,
everyone else.
until
though.
he's a Jokic lock, bro. Like,
Oh yeah.
Basically.
and what's the craziest thing about Giannis too? He doesn't get hurt. At least not for like an extended amount of time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, when was the last time that you can think of when he got hurt for at least like a month?
A month?
Yeah.
So that's tough.
That's
Because
so
even
hard.
on his run to the finals, he like hyperextended his leg, and he was back like 2 games later.
And that was a bad hyperextension too. Like, his leg could have snapped on that.
Even in the playoffs, he got injured and was like back the same series.
Like, bro, he's a superhuman.
Yeah, it's Giannis. No other way to put it. Small forward.
Small forward.
I feel like it's either Tatum or Butler, right?
Well, I would
mean-
put Butler only because he
Oh,
only played
9
9
games.
games. Yeah.
Then it's Tatum, bro.
Yeah.
That's tough because he hasn't been playing that well. You know?
By
I'm
his
not bugging.
standards, it was a bit of a slump for the month, but he
Right.
still averaged 26 a game.
Almost 30.
Like Jimmy's the only one who comes close to that, but like he's out, and then like it's like after that, it's like DeRozan with 21.
Yeah.
8 rebounds, 4 assists. Like he's doing his thing. It was just I guess they're just slower than normal.
Which is out. It's crazy. That 26 is slow for him. All right, shooting guard.
I gotta go Donovan Mitchell on this one. 28 a game. There's been injuries to the Cavs, and he's been holding it down. They are currently 3rd in the East, I think.
Yeah,
They're climbing.
they made it out that 5 spot, bro, or that 4 spot.
Finally. It's crazy because like Donovan Mitchell kind of been playing as a point guard too. Like his assists are higher than usual.
Mhm.
With
He's
Darius
going
Garland.
back into that Jazz role almost,
Yeah.
like when Garland is out.
Yeah, he basically has to because no one else is gonna pass on that team.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's crazy because he's also skyrocketed in scoring standings. He's like 5th in the league right now. Like, and I feel like the last time we talked about him, we were like, "Oh yeah, he's scoring well," and this time it's like he's like ahead of scoring. He's like doing everything he needs to do for that team to do well.
It's almost his best scoring season, which I think is last year, and it's by like a decimal. It's very close to the best scoring.
Yeah,
Not just that, best scoring, best rebounding, and best assists. I want to say it's all up there.
crazy. All right, point guard.
Ooh, I'm happy to present. I can with full confidence say Jalen Brunson's my point guard because that man 28 a game, almost 29, and low key, kind of making Julius Randle look good out there.
I mean, he's an all-star. Randall's an all-star.
And the Knicks are fighting for that 3rd place spot with the Cavs right now. They're very close. This is usually an area where the Sixers were locked in, but even when Embiid was there, there kind of been ups and downs. And now that Embiid's out, that 3rd place is open. And so they look motivated out there, especially Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson was my pick too.
I was gonna say Tyrese, bro. I was gonna say Tyrese, bro. Only because yeah, exactly. He's doing what he's supposed to do. He's doing what he's trying to keep the Sixers afloat.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not gonna be mad at Brunson because this is the best he's played probably ever in his career so far. But I'm gonna give Tyrese his flowers. He's averaging 26, 6 assists, rebounding doesn't matter. 83% from the free throw line. Ooh, 37 from 3-point line. He ain't really a shooter, I guess, but he doing his thing out there, bro.
No, he is. He is for sure like going off, but like Brunson is doing everything he can for the Knicks and more.
Right. Like, yeah, Embiid has been out for a little bit of January, more so going into February. But he still has Joel Embiid as a teammate. He's got that guy by his side versus Jalen Brunson has. As much as Julius Randle has been good this season, Julius Randle is not Joel Embiid. So
And let's be honest. Julius Randle is the type of player who needs a guy.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've seen
Which would have
those
made
Knicks
him good
do.
on the Lakers, and then he wanted to break his leg.
Bozo. Yeah, I just feel like you got to give Brunson like his props for sure. No, but Maxey is killing it. He just had what was it, 51 or something like that?
Something like that. I think I don't remember.
Same ballpark.
But just a little comparison. Past month, Embiid's been averaging through 8 games. He's been averaging 37, and Maxey's been averaging 26, and Brunson has been averaging 30. Where is who are we talking about? Julius Randle. Julius Randle has been averaging 22. So
Yeah.
Maxey been doing his thing with the reigning MVP.
No. Yeah, for sure. But like, let's also be honest. In October, Randall was averaging 17.
That's true. Jalen Brunson has had to bring the Knicks up through the standing.
Yeah. So, well, I just feel like, Brunson is the Knicks, whereas Maxey is helping the Sixers.
Right.
All right. Any other honorable mentions? I feel like Trae Young is getting snubbed in not only the NBA All-Stars, but our All-Star.
Bro, I don't know. It's just with the way the Hawks are looking right now. Like, sure, he's playing pretty well, but it's just like, I don't know, bro. The Hawks are just in a weird place right now.
Yeah. It's just like his efforts aren't translating. Which, like, I know for Hawks and Young fans, like, it's blasphemy of me saying that, but like Trae Young has a good stat line, and they're still like what 10th in the East.
Right.
They're like about to fall out of play.
With Murray about to be traded, like it's rough for Atlanta right now.
Oh, how about a Paolo? I mean, I don't watch anything of the Magic, but I mean, he's an all-star, so
yeah,
I feel like we have to say him.
It's just because he's competing against Giannis of all people. He's probably not gonna get a shot.
Yeah, it's hard to mention any other power forward because it kind of seems like why.
Yeah.
But yeah, Paolo is doing good. I was actually not surprised, but like I didn't expect him to get an all-star so early on. Because he's doing good, but like he's only average, like not only, but like for the main guy on the team, it's 23 points and like 45% shooting with 6 rebounds and 5 assists. I feel like
who would take his spot, Who's like a power forward who could take his spot? It's kind of hard to come up with one.
That's very true. But the only power forward I can even think of coming close to him is like Pascal. Other than that, it's like Jalen Smith, Marvin Bagley. Like,
but that's like Embiid, After Embiid, who is it?
No, and the East Center core is in shambles.
Yeah, like it's bad.
It's really bad. It's like it's Embiid, Bam, and then like Porzingis. After that, you have I guess Allen. But like after that, you have Drummond, Mark Williams, Clint Capella, Claxton. It's just Luke Cornett.
Hey,
like the other starters are good. Like I didn't mention like Martez Wagner or what's his name? Miles Turner. But it's because like they're centers who do their role. They're more like centers who like know what they're there to do. Whereas like I feel like that's not all-star centers. But also they're not bad necessarily. It's just like Miles Turner and Wagner just like is kind of do what they need to do for the team to succeed.
Mm.
All right. That's probably what we're gonna call it. Do you guys want to add anything else?
Just
Oh,
hype for trade deadline.
yep, it's coming up.
Yes. So next time you see us, it won't be next week because next week is the Super Bowl. But the week after that, it's probably gonna be February All-Star Draft. And of course, trade deadline recap because it's gonna go insane. There's no way it's not. And then yeah, so make sure you tune in there. We're on all podcast platforms in audio format, so make sure you give us that good old 5 stars. Let us know who we snubbed in this January All-Star episode. We're also on YouTube for video format, so make sure you like and subscribe there. We're on all social media platforms at Spin the Rock for clips and episode updates. Thank you for listening. We'll see you again in 2 weeks.